Welcome back to our second video, where we're documenting our journey of buying a sailboat that was nothing like we were told and trying to hold our relationship together while we fix it up. If you missed our first video, I'm Rachel and I recently bought my first boat, which unfortunately has come with a lot of unexpected issues, and my poor partner Jason has been stuck with most of the work. We're both based in New Zealand and have been trying to gain experience as crew with club racing, but opportunities were pretty scarce. After a while, I made the decision that the best way to learn was to buy my own boat. Now the interior is looking and smelling a bit better, it's time to figure out where the leak into the bilge is coming from. Jason traces the oil source through a process of elimination and also discovers that my 120 litre freshwater tank must have been corroded, and that this is where the water is coming from, causing the leak. The tank is huge and the joinery for the seating must have been built around it when it was first installed. It was a nightmare of a job to even remove it, and the joinery had to be cut open to get the beast out. Once the water tank was removed, Jason epoxied the space it was living in, and I painted the lockers and the battery bay with the 2-part marine paint. We take the tank home, Jason sands it down, epoxies it, adds a thickener to fill any remaining pits or holes, and fiberglasses it for extra strength. It was quite a big job. We then pressure test it by filling it with water, which is where we find out that it holds 120 litres. And as always, Jason has done a fantastic job and there are no more leaks. Unfortunately, when we tried to put it back into the boat, it refused to cooperate, so it's now sitting in the garden thinking about what it's done. Well, I decided if I should just replace it with a water bladder, or perhaps poor Jason will decide to wrestle it back in another time. But there are more pressing jobs to worry about at this point. Although I didn't film this part, there's a ton of unnecessary electrical, gas and plumbing bits left in the boat. None of it's connected to anything, so Jason has been working tirelessly to figure out what needs to stay and what can be removed. As a bit of a distraction from the big tasks, the next thing that Jason and I tackle is a strange ladder-like shelf object that the dining table attaches to. Jason fixes it as it is incredibly wonky, and I give it a good sanding and a fresh coat of paint. One of the reasons the boat can't be insured is that its electrical system isn't up to standard. Jason installs an enclosed strapped-down battery box as the battery was previously positioned too high, touching the wooden seating, and also installs an isolator switch for added safety. Another requirement for insurance is to have an electrical bilge pump installed. The bilge pump is installed and the hose runs through the starboard side of the boat, passing through the seating, cupboards, engine bay and out to the aft. He also installs a manual bilge pump switch. You can also see here the exit point where any water would leave the boat. Once the bilge pump is wired up and sealed, we can arrange for the electrical inspection and at least hopefully get insurance. I'm so lucky to have Jason. He knows how to do everything. It's quite incredible. I buy some rubber-backed carpet which Jason kindly cuts into shape and installs for me. I know it's frustrating for him as a lot of what I'm doing doesn't contribute to getting the boat up and running, but making it look better helps me to see the end goal. I take home and paint and number all of the hatch covers. I can't believe how many there are when it comes to it. They're up at the bow and all under the seating too. While Jason's out there saving my boat from sinking, although honestly there have been moments where that seemed like a better option, I'm back at home cleaning the 3 musty sails which were on board and repairing any tears there are. Jason renovates the outboard bracket which had rotted through and also gets to work remaking the outdoor benches which had also rotted. He also adds some non-slip U-deck to both of them and to the cockpit as well. To top it off, he makes a beautiful bathroom hatch cupboard door thing to cover up all the plumbing. Definitely some wins. I whip up some blackout curtains that can be attached and removed with Velcro, another essential task for a boat sitting stationary in a marina. Several weeks later and it's been all work, no fun. We put the squabs back in and some pretty decor and make the boat look inviting so some people can come and see it. We get to enjoy a couple of picnic dinners on board and feel like it's a little victory. Join us in our next video where we'll continue our journey of attempting to revive this 40+ year old sailboat, and maybe one day we'll actually be able to take her out on the water.